too, where like it was the little guy in the areas that were doing these sales. It wasn't the big conglomerates coming in, but like actual small businesses. Like you go back to like the car lots that are like smaller owned, or you know, just like that vibe. Like you ever see used cars?
Yes.
That is what I mean. That if I can encapsulate anything, that's what I mean. We could go back to stay progressive as we are, have our technology, things like that, but also stay progressive minded as we're going. But go back to like where it's just small business, like it's just that community, that connection, and like everything is like, I don't know, just the vibe was different. It feels like in those, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's the America I want to live in. My own amalgamation of used cars, but like by today's standards.
Absolutely.
Actually, I don't think you can with that movie. Sorry, I took over.
Do you wanna do the intro?
Yeah, I got you right now.
Okay.
From nowhere, from nowhere, from nowhere, from nowhere, from nowhere.
Yes, we're here live from nowhere. This is Troy Hill Talks, and we're back again with a wonderful show. Got Sir Sturdy. How you doing this evening, Sir Sturdy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, doing great. It's been a long week, but it's Thursday is here. We got one more day of this nonsense, and then we can go rest for a couple of days, or try to rest until people start giving like us random tasks and stuff like grass being cut and bathrooms being painted or whatever. But anyways, we got Mick Manhattan joining us this evening from the wonderful show Scene Snobs. How are you today?
You were gonna say Snow Snobs. I am doing well. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me again to come and review these great movies. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I apologize. You're correct. I was going to say Snow Snobs. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyways.
What kind of snow? We don't know.
I was thinking the same. That's what I was going to say is it, you know.
You know how it is live and things words can be flubbed up and stuff. It happens. So I'm sorry, people. But we're here today to talk about two wonderful movies back in the day in 1987 and 1988. Great times for me as a kid because I had the wonderful joys of Hollywood Shuffle starring Robert Townsend and I'm Gonna Get You Sucka starring Keenen, Ivory, Wayans, and like random appearances by other Wayans throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and this is probably like one of the staples of my family and stuff growing up. Absolutely one of those movies. Very, very important. Like I said, I remember watching these films as a kid. I would used to put my little boombox up against the TV and record all the dialogues, and I would listen to the movie while I was sleeping. And that probably sounds kind of weird now, but yeah, I would do stupid stuff like that.
Nope, it doesn't. Honestly, it kind of brings me back. It kind of brings me back to like having the TV next to me, and that's not weird. Nightmare on Elm Street, he has a TV next to him, right on his bed.
That's true.
So like I do remember doing that. Like it's late at night, maybe pop it under your blanket, and you're just kind of watching and like fall asleep to it. I get it, man, and I would do it with my boombox as well.
See, well, my mom told me that I was insane, but I guess I'm normal. All it takes is just two people to justify to make one person sane. So
oh my God, where did you hear that? I've only ever heard one other person in my life say that.
My mom, God rest her soul, yeah, she would tell me a whole bunch of stuff like, don't walk the street, don't look both ways by 3, Troy, otherwise you catch the ptomaine poisoning. You know, and this disease has not existed since like the 70s. So because I had to do research. I had no clue what ptomaine was, but I heard ptomaine disease quite often when I was growing up. You ever hear about ptomaine disease and stuff when you were growing up, Sir Sturdy? Was that a part of the community, or was it just my house?
Maybe it was a Southern thing, or no, you're from Midwest more so, right?
Yeah, I'm not from the South.
I don't know.
That's a whole underbelly of rituals and nonsense to talk about there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said maybe Southern, but I don't know. What, is your mother from down south?
No.
No?
Nope.
Oh, I don't know then.
probably something because my grandparents are from the South, so maybe it was just something kind of just transitioned over time. But anyways, Robert Townsend's Hollywood Shuffle, gentlemen. It's a great movie. You know, it's just a guy trying to. He has his eyes set for the stars. He wants that movie fame, but he has to go through rigmaroles of Hollywood and stuff, and stereotypical films and ideas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to make that decision. Does he go forward with this career against his conscience, against his grandmother or against what his mother might think, or does he just do it because it's work? I think it's an excellent movie all the way across the board. What are your thoughts, Mick?
So, okay, I love this movie. I remember I watched this for the first time because I always loved Robert Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great writer. Right now he's got a great turn on The Bear as Sydney's father. He's playing on that. So, but like this movie and the background of it and everything, once I learned it was fantastic to hear. Written by both Robert Townsend and Keenen Ivory Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote this together and they came together. They were friends.
Yes.
And they just were like, this was their way to say, like, we're breaking in. Like, this is how we're just gonna do it. Like it's been done in the past independently. This is a truly fantastic independent movie.
Yes.
And it's funny as hell.
Yeah,
it is really, really funny.
I don't know, like it has to go down as one of the comedy greats in my opinion.
To me, this movie is because I'm a big fan of like the Naked Gun, movie like that, Airplane, things of that. To me, this is like the first black movie that's like that. You know what I mean? So it's like their own type of twist. It's kind of like because Amazon Women on the Moon, I think, came around about maybe like around the same time. So this is kind of like, to me, like the black version of that. Because Amazon on the Moon was funny as hell too. Or Kentucky Fried Movies or something like that.
Yeah, like this is lampooning Hollywood.
Back between sketch and then going back to the story. Just a lot of things stuck out. A lot of great actors in that too. John Witherspoon, Keenen Ivory Wayans in there. Guest appearance, Damon Wayans, one of the security guards.
Yeah.
For the one guy, the Mr. Batty guy with his drug problems. It's just overall just great feel. What's your thoughts? This is your first time watching it, right, Sir Sturdy?
Yeah, this is my first time watching this one and the other film. I'm gonna get you, Sucka. But yeah, so Robert Townsend, though, I remember seeing him on he was on a TV series back in the day.
Well, he had an HBO comedy special. It was on HBO. It was Robert Townsend as Partners in Crime. I don't know if this was before or after Hollywood Shuffle, but it was like a sketch comedy show. It came out maybe once a year, maybe for 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Well, this is Hollywood Shuffle was like his break in Hollywood for this. And
Partners in Crime must have been right after.
Yeah, and I think what you're thinking, Sturdy, is The Parenthood.
I think so.
That's probably 10 years later.
It was on WB. It was a really good show.
It was from 95 to 99.
Mm-hmm. He also had a small role in Cooley High.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I remember I seen him I seen The Meteor Man years ago.
That's such a good movie.
Yes. Very underrated movie, actually.
Holy crap. Did they do it? They did it. I mean, the Wayans brothers and Robert Townsend did it. Robert Townsend gave us a black Superman, essentially.
Yes. And
Damon Wayans gave us a black Batman and Blank Man.
Blank Man.
So but at a time where Superman, Batman, that was all the rage, right? And
yes.
That's an interesting, these two have somehow been interconnected, these two families for so long.
Oh, very, very true. And they opened up the doors for a lot of different things, going on in Hollywood, I think. I mean, you could argue that it opened up the door. Well, it obviously opened up the door for his specials on HBO. It opened up the door for Living Color with Keenen Ivory Wayans. Mm-hmm. So it's opened up the door for a lot of different things going on.
And many actors in it too. This is a stacked cast.
Absolutely. I mean, it's when you break it down. I mean, Hollywood Shuffle was great as far as cast, but Jesus, I mean, I mean, it had to who be all or whatever for I'm gonna get you, sucker. It seemed like everybody was in that damn movie. Just think about Isaac Hayes, Jim Brown, the guy played Huggy Bear.
Antonio Vargas. I mean, listen, John Vernon, dude, like the list goes on. Yeah, I'm gonna get you, Sucka, as an amazing cast as well.
Yep, but
we got to give some like think about Anne Marie Johnson's in the movie.
Yes.
Helen Martin from 227.
Yep.
She played Bobby's grandmother.
The director for Tales in the Hood.
Yes. Yeah, he played the
he was one of the street gang people or whatever. But yeah. Yep.
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, there's so many really well-known black actors that like you see in so many big movies.
Absolutely.
During the 80s and 90s. It's like revisiting this, and especially revisiting this after, learning about systemic racism.
Yes.
And identifying it and now seeing it and having worked in Hollywood and now like definitely not, I didn't do that. That's not how it works. But I'm like, this is recognizable and that sucks.
Yeah.
Because, when I've seen it before, working in Hollywood like 20 years ago, it's different. Like now I have that experience and I'm older and now I'm, again, understand it better. So I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, that's not funny. I was like, that's not that funny.
This is funny though. Like when you think about the grandmother, what do you think the grandmother's argument today would be about television? Because to me, I think like even in television, I think television is the same thing that she's was complaining about then. I feel like she would be complaining about now because all this is just drugs and still just gangs. The only thing that's different is that these drug dealers, they have like higher self-esteem. They have higher like credibility in the community where they're like kingpins almost damn near. So that's what's supposed to separate and make it cool is because these guys are kingpins and they're like the head of the table or whatever, but they're still doing the same stuff that people were doing back then.
Listen, I'm a little bit different because I'm in a finely niche group of guys who can maybe play Hodor in a revival of Game of Thrones one day. That's where my limit is on what I can play. Maybe serial killer in a horror movie with a mask. That could work.
Even without a mask.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You have the
Thanks.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I guess if you take it as a compliment, it's a bad thing, but
oh no, it's beautiful.
You don't give off serial killer vibes. I'm just saying.
Good. I'm glad. Oh wait, no, I'm glad for the fact that I don't want to be known as. Wait, does that make me seem more suspicious?
No, not at all. Not at all. What I'm saying is,
I'm not. I don't.
No. You don't give off those vibes, but I do feel you can pull it off in a movie.
Oh, well, yeah, but how do you play that? You play it cool, like Ted Bundy-ish.
Yeah,
I'm not that cool. I can't shut up. So I don't break the law because I'm like, if I do anything outside of being honest, I'm gonna just let myself like I don't shut up.
Yeah, I think to be the perfect serial killer in a movie, you have to have a level of quirkiness, so to speak. It has to be you have to have some type of quirkiness type of tick to pull it off.
Fair. Maybe in my personality, but in my looks, like I don't get picked to play James Bond. I get played to I get picked to play like Rocksteady. Maybe Bebop.
Hey,
what about Jaws?
Just talking about how the social dynamic.
Shark.
No. Jaws from Bond.
The
Oh,
people
fair.
bro.
Nobody can fill those shoes. Richard Keel.
about the social
Rest in peace,
dynamic sometimes in this world, though, the people that are against Elders Elba being James Bond, hell, they would easily support you over him.
That's true.
No, I wouldn't. He's
I
British.
wouldn't. No disrespect, I wouldn't either. You're not British. I want a British Bond. That's all.
Yeah, I want a British Bond. What? Like, go ahead.
I don't care what color he is.
My thing is, here's the thing. I kind of want a younger Bond. I want to start fresh. Like, if we're going fresh, and especially after watching all 25 of those movies and realizing that the Broccoli's are no longer in creative control. I'm sorry to railroad the show, but I just want a British Bond. I don't care what color he is.
Well, I don't think
I just want a British one.
as long as I'm just hoping after watching all 25 that you guys all realize Live and Let Die was the best one. And
There was a guy who was in a movie I just watched, Black Bag. He was a black gentleman,
yes,
British, very good looking,
naturally,
and like a lot of like charm and charisma. What was the other movies he was in? Did you see the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
No, but I hear it was actually very, very good.
He played the paladin in it, and I think he was on Bridgerton. Maybe he might have been on Bridgerton. John Renee something. I could look it up in a minute, but he could be a really good Bond. He could be because he played a spy in Black Bag, so I mean it kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want him to be British.
Same.
If
Young aspect and just let the other stuff just kind of just fall where it may or whatever. But
Hollywood Shuffle, that was great.
Yeah, Hollywood Shuffle was awesome. It was hilarious.
Oh,
it was
Hollywood Shuffle, and just with the guy, having his dreams, having his eyes set on the stars. I mean, it would just make you think he could be anything by the time the end of the movie was over. I mean, hell, if you wanted to be a black James Bond, hell, according to Hollywood Shuffle, that vibe that it gives you at the end, hell yeah, you could be James Bond. You want it. You could be Superman. You could be any damn thing you want to be. So it gives you that overall good feeling type of vibe. It has that moral compass where, it's not exactly maybe where he wanted to be, but he's still an actor. He's just doing commercials for being a postman. And I think that's some pretty cool shit, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the little sketches were great, they
were so fun. My favorite one was probably the movie critics.
Oh my god. Breaking into the movies.
I like this one, didn't like this one. What was the one that they liked? The pimp vampires or some shit?
Attacking the city pimp zombies.
Or city pimp zombies.
What was the other one? Chicago Jones or something like that?
Yeah, Chicago Jones.
Type one. And what was the other one?
Oh my god.
Chicago.
Also one they called like a historical one. Neither one of them liked that one. Give both people the thumbs down. One of them like Chicago Jones, and then they both like the pimp zombies.
The pimp zombies, yep.
That was gripping stuff back in the day, man. I could have watched the whole movie of that shit probably back then. I don't know if I could do it now.
I could.
I mean, it would be. It seems like those guys would have been like in the backup scenes of like New York Ninja or some shit like that.
Listen, all I'm saying, yeah, it's true. That's very true. But listen, in June you will be Sir Sturdy. You'll be watching Abby. Don't worry. It's on the list.
Oh, it's for Sturdovision?
Either Sturdovision or Harvest or Sturdy. It will work for both.
So, what do you rank out of 10? What do you rank Hollywood Shuffle, Sir Sturdy?
I'll give it an 8 because it was funny. It was really funny.
Okay. Mick?
8.5. Just because I want to top him.
I'm going to be the opposite. I'm going to say 7.
Oh, okay.
I love it, but I also feel like there was so much more potential with this movie than what actually transpired. I mean, because it being like a part of a story and then part sketch, it seems like to me, it didn't seem like a complete movie almost, if that makes any sense.
No.
Okay, well.
I get that.
I tried.
took away. I get what you're saying. The sketches were funny, but it kind of took away from the story for you.
It didn't take away. It just to me, like if someone asked me to compare these two movies, I couldn't compare them because there's like apples and oranges. To me, Hollywood Shuffle is more comparable to Amazon Women from the Moon or Kentucky Fried Movie or a Naked Gun.
No.
Well, not even the Naked Gun, because the Naked Gun even still had a complete story all the way through, and it was, and it had just a bunch of sight gags and everything. But the other ones, I think, it's just more comparable to that. Now the next movie, I'm going to get you, Sucker. That's a full-fledged movie to me.
I think what I liked about that is, like, if you do compare it to those, though, which I would as well, but excuse me, if you think about it, and now if I'm speaking out of turn, please tell me, but I'm just kind of wrap my head around what you're saying, and just something else I was thinking about, but if you take like this movie and how they interweave everything through his imagination, this is a very grounded story. It's a guy trying to make it in acting.
Yes.
And the fun and the brilliance in it is that you have this very normal movie that really at the time, and it was saying in the movie, the commentary saying, like, you don't get roles like this. Black people do not get roles like this in movies like this. And him making this movie and also making fun of that fact and the roles that they're usually stuck to at those times, I thought that was really, like, brings out a brilliance in this. And for just the writing in this is brilliant. Like, and I did like how it kind of interweaves that, but then if you go over to like the Kentucky Fried and such, and like how that's interwoven, it's again, I think Sturdy and I have had this talk where it's like white films are very like whimsical.
Yes,
it's just a fact. Like it's always at least has some sort of happy ending, even in a tragedy. But like, if you look at films from other cultures all over the world, they're very grounded.
True.
There's a reality to it where it's like this, like, where I honestly, and I'm not just saying here in America, like white films in a lot of places, like James Bond's superpower is luck. Harry Potter is a wizard. So like there's that element of like, so like when I watch black films, like you see a very strong reality base.
Yes.
And that's what I really liked about this is that commentary that seems to be coming up in it, like what they were trying to say. And it was just a brilliant film, if that makes sense. Like
where you're going from, where you're coming from. How about you, Sir Sturdy? You think both of these are comparable in a sense, or no, or what were your thoughts?
Yeah. I agree with I agree with what Mick said, and then from what I was saying to you earlier, when we were talking earlier in Messenger, just the comedy alone from both of them, like to me, it still stands. It evolves some, of course, with the comedy, but it still stands. I'm watching both these movies for the first time today. I'm laughing at both of them, and I wasn't high watching them, so that tells you even more. Just being honest, and just such a good time. And now, the cool thing about me finally watching these movies is when I get those questions. Yo, you've seen da da da. Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. You mentioned a couple scenes. Oh yeah, that was funny. That was like, and it's one of those things again. Even going with because I've been saying this since what, last year, probably since longer than that. But I'll just go by from when we did the really quick Star Wars, Star Trek, Godzilla last year, and then this year with the Bond, and then the films we've been doing on here. And so it's like it's cool to be introduced to these films. Even I know they're new to me. They're not new films, but they're new to me. And it's cool to be introduced to them because just how they all mix in their own ways, but mix in in culture in so many different ways. When it comes from, I mean, just from conversation to movies and shows now to music from now and then, and it's I love how it all kind of just combines into it. And the more that, because of podcasting, honestly, the more movies I watch, the more I'm seeing with all these things and kind of just seeing how they all tie into certain stuff. And it's really cool, especially being like a movie fan to where oh, they got that from this movie. Oh, they got that from that movie. And then you find it might be 20 years later. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It might be 20, 30 years later, but you finally sit down and watch that movie for whatever reason because of a podcast. And you're like, oh shit. Because it sparks a little memory. Like, I remember talking about this movie. I remember people talking about this movie. Oh shit.
It definitely brings back a lot of childhood memories. And just FYI, so sturdy, if some of your friends up on New York, they ask you about if you've seen these movies, you say yes, they bring you out back, give you that secret handshake. Don't be alarmed or anything, but you made it. Congratulations.
Good.
Now I'm jealous.
You were already there though. You've seen them.
I've seen them, but I don't think I'm getting the handshake. Unless we stick to the script and say that I am the little white kid from I'm gonna get you, sucker.
You are.
I was that age.
Brings us.
I did look like that.
And look where you're at now.
Talking about it.
I'm gonna get you sucker with. It was just a big deal back then. I mean, again, what was this, like 1988? So I'm either at the tail end of 8th grade or just being a fresh little puny freshman in high school or whatever.
Jesus.
This movie was just a big damn deal, because one, I could
old.
This movie was definitely something that either was HBO or a VHS rental, but just a lot of memories in there and stuff. Just the whole dynamic, It's Jack, his brother Junebug he dies from overdosing on gold, the dreaded OG. And how's he go use the bathroom with all that shit on?
Oh my god!
I find myself asking that question now when I go up and down my Facebook feed sometimes with all the obviously fake silver and stuff that people will have on their necks and stuff. Just waiting to turn green. At the stroke of midnight, and they're
at the stroke of midnight
with all that shit on. But it's just a great damn movie.
So good.
I mean,
I
David Attenborough's little role in there. You had an opinion about that off air and stuff, and I wholeheartedly agree with you and stuff. You want to share that opinion, Mick? Because I think you're onto something there.
Wait, which opinion?
Opinion of his role in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka, as a newscaster. Loving Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Tell me that's not like Carlton was ripped off from that.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
It had to be an inspiration.
Yeah.
Instead of Bruce Springsteen, it was Tom Jones.
Come on,
yeah.
That was so dead on. He's like, oh my god, and he pulled it all so perfectly.
Just think it, during this time, Alfonso Ribeiro was probably sitting out there at your mansion, at the Ricky Schroeder mansion or whatever, thinking about silver spoons.
I wish. I wanted that fucking train.
Oh man.
But I find, like I said, I like Hollywood Shuffle. I find this movie just way more enjoyable. Love the music. Love the fact that Boogie Down Productions had the Jack of Spades theme song. That was my favorite rap group at the time or whatever. Having their little video with D Nice actually trying to DJ and not like what he's doing. That he gets all the credit for, but that's a whole other conversation. What's your thoughts on this movie, Sir Sturdy?
Again, I had another great freaking time with this. The Wayans are just, you got another great cast, but the Wayans, there's that family they got touched with magic.
It's a whole thing.
It's crazy how talented they are between acting, writing, directing, producing. Everything they do, they're good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. To where every single one of your family members, we can't even name 5 family members without calling one fuck up out. And they have 15 that are just superstars. I'm like,
absolutely.
What the hell? It's so awesome to see though, how this movie is. And again, just being a fan of the Wayans, I've heard so much about it just from interviews, this, that, and the third, and other things where they would joke around and talk about it. I've never watched it till now, and I'm just like, damn, man, this was good. This was some fun black entertainment, some fun silly movie, good time, good comedy, and I loved it. I really did. I'm so happy I finally freaking watched it.
it's a great movie. I think it captures all the. It just captures all the like the. It just captures every little aspect, like everything. The whole stack of the whole film it just captures everything of the. This is kind of hard to do, as far as the black exploitation movie goes, because it's been how many years and stuff. It takes almost to like a Black Dynamite almost, like kind of capture that same type of magic that movie caught. Because they didn't even capture that magic in Don't Be a Menace, I don't think, but that's just my opinion. Just the whole damn story, all the little moments. Damon Wayans, funny.
My
Artisan.
Oh my god.
Different world, hilarious.
Wayans.
There's even like little scenes you see little Marlon Wayans, little Sean Wayans and stuff following Antonio Vargas and stuff with the fishbowl. I mean actually I'm trying to get shoes with fish bowls in them and stuff just for a look for a Halloween costume once and stuff. Didn't plan out though. Didn't work out.
God, that was such a funny scene. Look at the fish. It's working on an aquarium. Dude, every aspect of this movie. But listen, I think we just gave a lot of credit to some amazing black actors.
Yeah.
Now let's give some credit to the amazing white actors that are
in this movie.
Actually, do you know who plays Kalinga's wife?
Who?
Okay, so what show did they send the kids back to watch?
I can't remember.
I don't recall.
Jesus.
Think about the whitest show in like the 70s. And
was
The Brady Bunch?
Bingo. And guess what? Jan Brady was Kalinga's wife. Oh, and the one thing I really love about this, like with John Vernon, where he talks about being an exploitation actor, which he was, and he was very famously known for that. Clu Gallagher was the lieutenant, and he has been around. And he was in the business forever. Like if you look him up, like he did a lot. But yes, that I had to give some credit to my fellow white actors, I guess.
Well, I mean,
no, I just wanted to point out it's kind of ironic that they all landed in the roles that they did, and it was kind of brilliantly cast, if you ask me. Eve Plum taking the little white children to go watch the Brady Bunch. That's a genius joke that only works if you get one of them. And they did.
It's so much going on in that movie. Just a reference to the bean. What was it? The bean soda. Sorry, I'm regular. I'm regular. This has an acquired taste. Sorry, I'm
fucking bean soda. You know how mad I'd be? You go to your house, you give me some damn bean soda. I'm never going over there again. Matter of fact, you give me some bean soda, I'm taking a sip out of that, spitting it out, and leaving. I ain't even talking to you again. Yo, lose my number. Fuck you. Because it's one thing to give somebody some bean soda, like, yo, I got some bean soda in the fridge. You want some? Like, let me know at least. Don't just give it to me, crack the top, and I'm over here thinking it's like root beer or orange or whatever, and it's fucking bean soda.
Yeah.
That's pretty nasty.
I think one interesting aspect of this movie is also, them trying to get the gang back together again, and they're all old and they can't really go, but they really don't demonstrate that until it's like actual full-fledged go time. That okay, it's getting ready to get real now, so now I'm gonna slip on this bullet and shoot myself half there to death. And now I'm gonna try to explode or whatever. I just thought this was a lot of good things in that movie.
Caught up quick.
I noticed that it kind of raised like this movie, because like everybody who's in it wasn't exactly a black exploitation like known, not known actor, but known like chef, like had the characters,
Yes.
And they're playing characters very much famous at that time, which I thought was, again, a brilliant addition to it. But it led to original gangsters being made. And that was Larry Cohen, who was arguably one of the first black exploitation directors and exploitation directors back in the 60s, late 60s. And for him to take it, and then like Fred Williamson was in Original Gangsters, Pam Grier, Jim Brown came back, Richard Roundtree, like all of the people who would be associated to this movie, like they play Shaft's theme in this movie.
Yeah.
So, and Shaft is in Original. So it felt like this movie kind of not mocking in any way. Like it really is like kind of paying homage, but in a comedic way to it. Like I do not consider this a mocking film at all.
Yeah.
It's just very cool that something was birthed out of that, where we got the exact same story, but dramatized with the actual like famous like characters.
Yes.
From the 70s. Like, so it did a lot of good, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, I love this movie. From beginning to end, every joke lands.
Yes, and I watched this with my 15-year-old, so this is his first time watching it. He couldn't stop laughing, you know? He enjoyed it too.
And I feel like that says something too, though, because this movie came out in the 80s, and you said he's 15. It's his first time watching it. Well, it says something to where someone of that age, which I know you have him watching movies from that era just in general anyway, so he's probably used to it, but just still in just the jokes from that era and you're laughing at it still. That says a lot. That says a lot in my opinion.
Yeah, but he really laughed the most at the the scene where the woman was like, I got a little, the 12 inches.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not really 12, and all of a sudden a woman's like, well, you want to know a secret?
Oh, she starts.
So it just went completely off the rails after that.
Yep.
I gotta ask you guys if you noticed something, because I'm pretty sure I noticed something.
What's that?
I think all the on-screen deaths that we see where people die, like Junebug was already dead. He was already like they came up to him. But after that, I think all the on-screen deaths are white actors.
Yes, the couple is like, he just proposed.
Like, you don't see, like, because there are black henchmen at the end when they break into the warehouse, but you don't see anyone die outside of it. And I was like, if this is, I have to go back and watch it again, which I'm fine with doing, because I watched this movie twice in the past week. So like, I'm down, whatever. But like now I want to go back and like see if I'm right. And if I am, that's just another level. It's just another level that I love. Loved about this. So I don't know. Oh my God, Hat Night.
Oh God,
Hat Night. How are we not going step by step on every joke? Oh, fucking Hat Night. When they shoot the one, and he was white.
Oh man!
The one little person falls out, and and they're like, everybody out. And he starts.
Oh my gosh! When he talks about things, he's like, that's not a family. Those bunch of little people. That's not a family. That's a gang.
Little people. Because they were always in those movies.
Oh my God!
Oh man,
dude, what about the Street Olympics?
Love it. It's a new world record.
Yes.
TVs, and they're running, and they release the fucking dogs. Jesus.
I'm telling you,
stripping the car down.
I would watch them. I would watch them damn Olympics
on TV though, just in case it could get a little rowdy. I want to be safe.
Oh my God. And Bernie Casey.
That was the tube TVs too. That takes some damn strength.
Oh my God. I thank God every day of my life that it's flat screen, very easy to carry TVs now. I have carried more tube TVs in my life than I ever care to touch or look at again. I never want to see them.
Yeah, them 32-inch tube TVs were a bitch, man.
Oh,
trying to
were they
hang around like you're trying to get trying to get Thor's hammer and shit.
Oh my God.
Oh my
God.
God.
It'd be worse when you like those are the TVs where it's like You almost consider leaving them when you move, but you know you can't afford to buy another one, so you got to bring it anyway.
I'm so glad those days are over.
You can buy a 75-inch TV for like $2 or whatever,
Yeah.
at the gumball machine when you're leaving Walmart.
It is wild how big of a TV you can buy for how cheap you can buy it.
Yeah.
And how light it is compared to those TVs still.
Yep.
I mean, like this like I still got a plasma TV in my bedroom. I'm not going to get rid of it until it dies out completely. I'm proud it's lasted over a decade. But this is like weighs like the side of a damn house.
I don't go crazy on TVs. Like, I don't want the most sparkliest TV or whatever. I got like, it's like bargain shop. I'm like, if it looks good,
yeah,
I'm fine. Like if I can play a Blu-ray and it looks really, really good, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm a little
funny about that though, because a TV, like if you go to the Best Buy, you look at a TV, the picture, it'll be like, this is great. I'm gonna buy it. That picture never looks like it does at the damn Best Buy once you get it home. It looks nice, just not Best Buy nice.
Hey,
why is that? What did they do? I mean,
it's all in the lighting. It's all in the lighting. We used to do that at when I said that we worked at PC Richard, like the TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the TV section. You got to get the lighting down so it all looks like really right.
Yeah, I used to get pissed out, call Best Buy and be like, my TV is not looking like it was like when I bought it. Is this the same? It's like which one did you buy? The floor model that you had out there. Some was the only one left that looked great. Now it doesn't look as great now at the house.
Yeah, you notice how there's never any reflection at the stores?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on the light. Like that's what they're doing because they know there's going to be reflection at your house. There's going to be that lighting. There's going to be all that just like kind of the pollution, the light pollution and such.
I want that TV where I can watch old school Superman like I did at the Best Buy and look like Christopher Reeves is like they're ready to pop out the damn screen.
Oh, dude. Fucking, as long as they're not tubes, I'm good. Okay. Those are not tube TVs, I'm fine. I can't do that shit. Not anymore.
No, hell no.
I carried a refrigerator for the last time in 2015 and I was done. I was like, I can't carry this shit anymore.
What year was that?
2015. I had to carry a refrigerator from our basement up to the garage.
Well,
I'm not picking on him, but like the guy who was supposed to come help me like didn't show up on time, so I just got mad and did it myself.
That sounds like me, but I did the complete opposite. I was the one that left the refrigerator and justify why a cooler might not be that bad until I can save enough to get another refrigerator and have it moved, have somebody else move it in.
Dude, no way. It's like I'm done. I can't carry refrigerators anymore.
Like Detroit out, like, yeah, man, I'll just get ice for. I can get a refrigerator in 2 weeks. I can afford to get ice for these next couple of weeks.
Trust me, some of that heavy shit you can justify. You can justify a lot of damn things when it comes to like weight, and if you got some girth on you, and if your conditioning ain't that damn great, you can justify a lot of damn shit. Trust me. Trust me.
Man.
If I like not moving half, I'm like, bedroom set. Fuck it, the floor's fine.
The floor's fine.
It just depends on what it is, man.
Yeah.
But how do you guys rank? I'm gonna get you Sucka. Let's go with Mick.
I'll give this a 9. I love this movie. This is in rotation. Like I can watch this over and over.
I agree with you. I give it a 9 as well.
I'm gonna give this one an 8.5.
God damn it! Why do you have to be different?
Because it's not a 9 for me, Mick. It's funny. It's good, but
I mean, compared to other films of FYI people that are watching the program, we'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. But the next time you see me, Sir Sturdy, and Mick again, we're going to be talking about Black Dynamite and Don't Be a Menace. 30 days from today, damn it.
Yep.
I have an affinity for Black Dynamite, the TV show, or the movie, and the cartoon. Because I think the cartoon is like one of the most slept-on cartoons of our day.
That shit was funny too.
There will never be a time where Michael J. White makes a movie and I won't watch it.
Did you watch the cowboy movie?
Which one?
The The most recent one. The one is like supposed to be a spirit. Oh, I can't even say it's a spiritual sequel to Black Dynamite.
I'd have to look. Oh, yes. Yes. I just saw it. I was gonna review it.
To me,
what's the name of it?
Black dudes on horses.
No, it's not called Black Dudes and Horses. That's
Horses.
that movie stars Chevy Chase and Martin Short.
That's not completely untrue. I understand. I mean, it's hard to argue with that, actually. I mean, I won't go back to Spawn a lot, but I do like my movies.
No, that movie
what
was
the name of that
movie that just makes you just want Black Dynamite 2 more.
Oh, I do. I do so bad. I want a whole franchise. Like, why am I watching so many other fucking terrible franchises?
I mean, and then he does Undercover Brother 2, but you can't do Black Dynamite 2.
No.
That's what really tipped me off right there.
Nope. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That grinded my gears. But
So I'm trying to find the name of that movie. Oh, Outlaw Johnny Black. That's what it was. I could not think of the damn name. God damn, it's so good.
To me, it's just one of those things you just wish that there was like some type of Black Dynamite reference or some shit, as you walk, and it's just like I said, watched it, didn't turn it off, but it just makes me want Black Dynamite 2.
Yeah, I need to watch that again, or at least throw on the series again. That shit. You know what was a good series that I enjoyed back in the day? Spawn on HBO. Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, the animated.
Yeah. I wish they'd bring. I would love to see them bring a Spawn back. Love to see them bring a Spawn back. Say that again?
Isn't a Spawn movie in the works?
I don't know. I thought there was a rumor.
It might be. I don't know.
Who's Jamie Foxx? Wasn't Jamie Foxx supposed to be playing Spawn?
Nah.
No, am I mistaken? That
it's got to be too old.
Yeah,
you got to go with somebody younger because then they can like it's like Bond. Like you got to so fucking into Bond this year. Sorry. You got to grow into the role, right? That guy from Rebel Ridge would be good.
Still haven't seen Rebel Ridge yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Good things.
He's going to be in the Green Lanterns.
Okay.
Speaking of Lanterns,
I just saw they.
Is his name Aaron something?
Aaron Pierre.
Like
yeah, he was Mufasa.
Okay.
In the new one.
I did just see they cloned Tyrone.
What'd you think of that?
I don't think it needed to be 2 hours.
That's for damn sure.
I just don't think if you could fix the 2 hour problem and turn that into 90 minutes, and it just I got to a point and I looked at how much time went by and it said only 25 minutes. And I felt like I just sat through an hour of shit, literally.
Damn.
So I think it's just something about the beginning, because you already know where things are going. Maybe they could have did that part a little bit quicker. It didn't seem like it's muddled or something.
No.
So it just seemed. I mean, it was just long. It just seemed way longer than 2 hours. You guys know I like a short runtime for my movies and stuff. And when you're watching a movie that's 2 hours, it's not that bad. But it feels like you just sat through 3 hours of a movie.
Oh,
that's rough.
Oh my God, The English Patient.
That's
30.
So
I hate that movie.
I hate.
You ever see that movie, Troy? The English Patient?
No.
God, no. Don't watch it.
The movie's
no. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you ever need to find like a cruel and unusual punishment for your child, that's a perfect movie.
Talking
2
about
hours
this
of
movie makes
boredom.
me want to go to bed. 2 hours? It's like 3 hours.
Oh, you're right. 2 hours and 42 minutes of boredom. Whatever.
Dude, the only other movie that's
trust me, if he messes up, whatever he did, he won't do it again after watching that. Like, yo, you do this again, you got to watch this movie again. And then
it's the same reason I hate The Sound of Music, but everybody fucking loves that movie.
So yeah, I mean, you'll see me skipping around. Yodelay.
I don't get it. I don't get. Nothing happens.
I think it's because my cousins did like the high school performances and stuff. I think maybe that is the reason why I have affinity for it. But there's a lot of people like West Side Story, and I can't stand West Side Story. So
listen.
But if it sounds of music and Mary Poppins and shit like that, I'll be a singing, skipping fool and shit, man.
I love Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, things happen.
Well, that's true. There's a whole bunch of excellence that happens in Mary Poppins. I've never seen the sequel though. I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
I didn't watch it either.
See, now I'm picturing you two skipping down the freaking street with the umbrellas, singing some Mary Poppins shit.
Like I know I got to review all the new shit coming out, but I'm gonna tell you right now, like if my kid is not with me, I'm not going to see it. Like tomorrow, we are going to see the Snow White. See what that it's. Oh, I do not want to watch this movie.
We're gonna go see that next week.
Every screening invite, I was like, I ducked it all. You realize I haven't been in a movie theater I have not been in a movie theater since Wolfman.
Well, that is the way to go.
But you know, like sometimes life just happens. It's not like I had the time to go. I mean, I did have like other doctor stuff I had to take care of, so there was that. But there was nothing that made me really want to go. I mean, I don't want to go really against those sinners and Superman. You know, and I'm good. I'm good with like catching up with these other movies, just watching stuff on
I don't blame you.
Hulu and all that. You know, I'm happy with watching Daredevil on TV. Your opinion on Kingpin, I did graze over that this morning when I had my sleepy eye and stuff, Mick. We got to talk about that because I think you're onto something. Because I found myself enjoying him as it, and then slowly for surely not enjoying it because it seems like so bitty all of a sudden. I didn't, especially this season. It just seems different than what it was before. It's like overly intentional to kind of get that type of sound. It doesn't seem as natural or whatever. So it's something about it that's kind of throwing me off. So you're onto something.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know. I know I'm getting all Elon on you right now. Don't mind me. I'm usually in bed an hour ago.
Well, I appreciate you.
Oh no! I'm in it to win it. I was excited to do this all day. I can go all day with these movies. I love them. Also, I do want to point out the first movie for Michael Jai White was Toxic Avenger Part 2.
Really?
Yeah. He played the Apocalypse Incorporated executive.
I enjoyed watching Toxic Avenger back in the day on USA Up All Night.
Yeah.
Back in the day. It was either Gilbert or Gottfried or Rhonda Shear, whichever one. That was this just goes back to the 80s and stuff again, 80s, early 90s. It was just something about things were just a vibe then, you know, and now it's just kind of.
I was such a horror kid.
It has changed, but nothing else has changed, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Up All Night was, to go to that real quick, but Up All Night was like so much fun.
Yes.
And like it had those mainstream, like not really horror. They would go more in like the, you know, more outrageous direction of like use softcore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I would gravitate more towards Joe Bob. And before him, Monster Vision was Penn and Teller and such. But like really when Joe Bob came in, we really got an insurgence of like wacky horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was what I was most drawn to, was the fact that like these movies I'm never going to know about unless like somebody like this is telling me, because IMDb didn't exist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like I had a place to go and start to find a book where I could learn this stuff and then go rent it and stuff. So like that's where it kind of got my love of horror, you know, that direction from. But Up All Night was always good for a was good for a night if you needed it. A night of loneliness at 13 years old.
Yeah, I had a thing for Rhonda Shear. I was happy when she kind of took over. I said, thank you.
You're the best.
Gilbert
No, get your voice out of here, Gilbert.
I can't.
Rest in peace, sir.
Sorry.
Iago.
Oh, you're good. What's Iago?
Iago, yes.
But where can we see you these days, Mick?
The Scene Sounds podcast. Go over to the channel. We got some fun stuff going on. Classic reviews, new reviews, top 5 lists, way more. Way more. Have some new stuff coming up. You can follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow us on Patreon for free. We do giveaways over there and stuff like that. But definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel so that way you can come hang out and be a part of it. I appreciate you guys having me. I love talking about these movies, and this is a joy. This is a good time to really to hang out and do this. So I appreciate it.
Well, I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to be here. And we expect to see you here 30 days from today as we delve more into Black cinema. The next time you see me will be in 2 weeks. And actually, your producer Paul's going to be joining us. And we're going to be talking about the monster movies, The Invisible Man and
Nice.
From the Black Lagoon.
I like it.
So bouncing back and forth between old school Universal monsters and Black films. So it's fun. And plus, I got a project. A new show's going to be premiering sometime next month. But it's going to be because I've always been a Twilight Zone fan my whole life, and I finally got my friend in and stuff. Got my nice little Rod Serling Funko Pop and stuff. So I'm going to be doing a Twilight Zone show where I'm going to be reviewing all the shows, every single one, starting from the first season. So that's
awesome.
So yeah, because that was I think artist storytelling when I think of him, and I think of I like Alfred Hitchcock. Those are two guys that got me into film and just the creation of good storytelling. So.
Well, I would love to extend an invite. I've actually started kicking around the possibility of doing a Tales from the Crypt rewatch. I tried it a few years ago, and then it just kind of fell through. Mm-hmm. I think Jason was going to do it with me, and somebody else was going to do it, and it just I think I'm probably 100% for me, but I was kicking that around. So I would love to have you jump on sometime.
Yeah, I could absolutely do that.
Movies, knowing that you're into the vibe and into the anthologies. I would love that.
That's my jam. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Ray Bradbury Theater.
Perfect.
I mean, Creep Show, all that stuff, dude. Yeah, I can watch all that stuff all day, every day. But where are you at these days, Sir Sturdy? Saw you on a show earlier today.
Yeah. You can find me over on Horror with Sir Sturdy Thursdays at 8:00 Eastern time, and random times that I'm gaming. Doing my Sturdovision gaming and all that other fun stuff. You can also find me over on Popcorn and Pints, where we're talking a lot of Bond, and we got more coming up this Saturday again at 9:00. So come check us out and have a good time with us.
Is Live or Let Die still in the talk for being the best Bond movie? Is at least in your top 5 for both of you guys?
It's in my. I think it's number 1.
I'd have to go and check my list. I'm not 1,000% sure.
I'm pretty sure mine is I think it's that, and then it's Skyfall. And I might, after rewatching all the Craigs, I might have to redo my list.
Okay.
No Time to Die was a lot better than I remembered.
That's such an animal of a list to go through, though, because I can guarantee you can go through this process right now and then do the same process 5 years from now, and then some of your things are going to be different.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
A few of them will definitely be different.
That's just amazing how that whole process works and stuff. Because once you go through, either you're going through something or you go through stuff or whatever, it's just your perception and opinion changes here and there for some of the movies that you like.
Oh no, Back to the Future has always been my number 1 favorite, and I I remember getting chewed out at a writing class because I said that. For Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time.
Perfect trilogy. I
agree 100% wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, but I don't even think a diehard Star Wars fan can sit there and say that the original trilogy is better than Back to the Future. Is just it's all the way up here some damn where. No. I'm not saying Star Wars might be here. Star Wars is definitely in the top 5, but
I would put Lord of the Rings up there too.
See, Lord of the Rings just never got into,
I get that.
Yeah, but
White
but
people
I mean, I
that
respect
are-
people's opinions on that, and I respect people's opinion on the Harry Potter stuff too, because I just never was into Harry Potter either. I think I aged out the time by the time when it was popular, and by the time it was too late for me to go back to it. Kind of like with Game of Thrones. I mean, I will never watch 7 or 8 seasons of Game of Thrones just to say I watched Game of Thrones. I'll just take people's word for it that they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Too much time to
Same.
invest. Too much to invest. I mean, I'd rather rewatch Twilight Zone than invest time in watching something like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Even if
I'm never going back to
I've
Game of
never
Thrones.
seen it before, even if it would be the greatest thing ever. I'd rather invest the time on something like that. Still,
No, yeah, that stuff like that. You're absolutely. I agree. And like with TV, I think I'm starting to do that more. Like if it's not fun, I don't really want to do it.
Mhm.
Not that I don't like smart shows, I do, but that is fun for me. So like those are ones that I kind of gravitate towards.
Mhm.
But I hate reality TV, but like with movies, I'm experimenting more because I've seen so much. And now I'm like kind of like annoyed that I don't have anything to watch, like or now I'm rewatching like with James Bond. A lot of it was first time watch, but there were some rewatches, and watching him as an adult like hits different.
yes,
Like you were saying, like it feels really good. And I'm like, part of me is like, man, I feel like I wasted time watching this when I was a child,
Mhm.
when I could have seen it fresh now, and it probably would have hit me so much differently. And so now I'm seeking those movies. And like, so now I'm like, so like when I do these, I don't mind that, like when we were doing right now with James Bond, like that, I don't mind because there's so many first time watches for me in there
Mhm.
that led me down a path and I've just really enjoyed. And with Godzilla, it was the same last year, and it's going to kind of continue on with the trend, not just franchises, but like I'm spanning out. I'm like watching directors' full filmographies. Like right now, I think Soderbergh might be my next one. Where I just like kind of fill in all those voids.
Mhm.
And that's because I want to experience more this thing that I love, and more foreign films. I definitely want. I've been watching, and I want to watch more. I tend to gravitate when I'm watching foreign films more Asian, or Australian's a big one for me. I watch a lot of Australian films, but I want to start going more maybe to like the Middle East and things like that, and really spanning out some. So it's exciting. Like I'm really enjoying this.
See, you brought up a good point though about some movies. Think about some of the movies that we may have watched as a kid that we hated so much that we probably will love now after having some skins on the wall and going through some adulthood or whatever. Because probably some of those movies you just didn't get because we were kids.
Yeah.
So
That's actually 1,000%. Yeah.
I'd always be down too if you're ever interested. Well, first off, Paul, great choice with the monster movies and horror in general. He knows his stuff. He's very good. And he picks up on movies really well too. So like, he's definitely a guy for a lot of really good genre stuff. Reason I say that is because like if you ever get into like Asian cinema as well, like that's one that I would love to join in for. But I wanted to say like there's plenty of people though who, if you're looking for certain like I have no shortage of people who like certain types of cinema and stuff that might want to join in and talk about it with you guys.
Okay, very, very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. But as always, sir, it's a pleasure having you on.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep, and it's also great having co-host Sir Sturdy. I
Yes.
guess I'm gonna wrap up the program this evening. Any final words?
Don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack. One, check, and don't OG. You don't need to wear all that gold.
You don't.
I got 3 rules. 1,
What's-
don't snitch. 2, don't suck dick. Rule 3, see rule 1. I know a guy used to say that all the time. I'm like, God damn, man.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
Make sure you go out and help control the pet population. Make sure you get your pets spayed or neutered because these animals are out here doing some frivolous ass shit. Just out here
Some of
doing
you people should probably go by that too, and
cats and dogs walking in the alleys, dragging a damn wheelbarrow into the damn alley with a fishbowl in it. You also don't know what the hell's going on, people. Control your animals.
some wild shit.
It's some wild shit that indeed.
Buy your dogs condoms, people.
When you see the lipstick, you got to roll in.
See you next time, people.
Peace.